Fire in the Blackstone hole. Let's cook some dog food. Look, here's my new magnet. There's Craig. There's the poor guy. Okay, let's get this done. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my Blackstone griddle. Hey, what I'm doing for you today is something very different from what I usually do. And I want to put out a little disclaimer right at the beginning of this. I am not a dog lover, okay? My wife, who I love, is a crazy fanatic for dogs. She loves her dog. She loves all dogs. And she has decided to cook for her dog from now on. No more dog food for that lousy mutt. She gets home-cooked dinners. So she got this book, Real Food for Dogs, 50 vet-approved recipes for a healthier dog. Well, she's looking through it. She found a recipe for pork fried rice for your dog. So I looked at it and I said, you know what, I'll do it, but we're gonna make a video and your dog's gonna do the taste test. Anyway, I got my Blackstone griddle cranked up. We're gonna throw down some olive oil. The left side is on medium, the right side is turned off. But of course, the right side is going to go along for the ride. It's gonna get hot too, but not as hot as the left side. Then we're gonna crack up 4 eggs on there. Dogs love eggs. 1, 2, 3. I hate eggs. I don't hate them. Just make a mess. 4 eggs. That's the beginning of this. We're going to get these over here in the olive oil. Break up the yolks. Get those eggs percolating. Eggs for the dog. Food for dogs. Whoever thought things would get this bad? Whatever. We're cooking up eggs for our pork fried rice for the dog. So let me get my eggs cooked up and I'll bring you right back. Stay tuned. Okay, the eggs are pretty much done. We're going to slide those down to this end of the griddle just to keep them warm for a while. There's really no need to scrape all that off. We need some more olive oil. A little bit more olive oil over here. And now we're going to throw, there was no seasoning in the eggs. You have to realize that. Dogs don't get salt or pepper. They have some seasoning that we're going to put down, but that won't come till later. We got some pork. This is pork loin that I diced up into little chunks, you see. This is about the size for our dog because she's a small dog and she doesn't like big pieces of meat. She likes her meat to be bite-sized like that. You see about how small those are? Okay, so we're going to get that pork cooked up a little bit. That's a pork loin, about a fourth of a whole pork loin. Cut a pork loin in half, cut that in half again, and that's how much meat is there. It's going to go in our food. It's going to be mostly veggies, I can tell you right now. So we got the eggs over here, got our meat cooking up, and you notice no seasoning on any of this so far. That's why dog food is so disgusting. Has no seasoning on. No, it's going to get some seasoning later, but right now, nothing. Okay, let's let that pork cook up. When it gets cooked, we'll slide it on down with the eggs. We'll come back to the next thing, so stay tuned. Okay, the pork is done. We're going to slide that over here where the eggs are hanging out. You want to cook your pork to 140 degrees internal. That's the FDA recommended temperature for pork. That's going to continue to cook over there, believe it or not. That's still, even though this side isn't lit, it's still hot. It'll still stay warm. Next thing, we're going to down some vegetables. We've got some California style vegetable mix, broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. And we're going to have to chop those up a little bit because they're too big for the dog. The dog doesn't like veggies that are too big, like that. So we're going to have to chop those up. And we also have some fresh spinach the dog likes, which I already chopped up. fresh spinach. The dog likes the fresh spinach. Put all that in there. You can see this is going to be, you know, a pretty much vegetable heavy deal, what I'm saying. We got to chop up that broccoli and cauliflower and the carrots into pieces about the size of those, because the dog won't eat them if they're too big. She'll pick them out. She'll pick out the big pieces of veggies and she won't eat them. So let's get that cooked up. Maybe a little bit more oil on there. A bit more olive oil. Won't hurt a thing. Okay, not a lot, just a little. No seasoning on this at all so far. But we will be seasoning it. And we've got to cut up our veggies. I could probably use my spatulas to just chop it like that. That's about the size of veggie you want right there. You don't want it too big. You don't want to make mush either. You want it to be still recognizable vegetables. Whoops. That's okay. Carrots are good for dogs. When she sees that, that's the first thing she's going to attack. Broccoli, very good for dogs. Going to cut that up a little bit. Okay. Let's get these veggies cooked up and cut up. Then we'll slide all that down over here with our eggs and our beef, or pork. Sorry, pork. Oh, we got some peas to go in there too, some frozen peas, but these things are frozen solid. I don't know how I'm going to get them out of there. I don't want to use all these peas. I want to put some of these peas in there. Just break off some of these peas. Dogs like peas. Some frozen peas. Okay. That's about, I think that's about half the bag of what I had. That's enough peas. Okay. Frozen vegetables are okay for dogs. Canned vegetables are not. Fresh vegetables are fine, like that spinach was fresh. No canned vegetables for your dog. There's too much sodium in it. Dogs don't like sodium, they can't have it. Not that they don't like it, they probably love it, but they can't have it. Anyway, yeah, there's our veggies. We're gonna get that cooked up. Then we'll come back with the rice. We're almost done. We're almost time to have a doggy taste test, and I'm gonna drink a beer. So stay tuned. Okay, the veggies are done. We're gonna slide them down over here. I've been cutting them up as I go. There's a carrot that I missed. I gotta cut that up. Can't leave any big pieces of a veggie or she won't eat it. She'll pick it out and eat the meat. Gotta cut that carrot up. Get it cut up. Okay, we're gonna slide that down over here. And we're gonna do some seasoning right now. Just a very little bit of seasoning, you'll see. So, here's what we're gonna do. We've got some, where'd the seasoning go? Here we go. Okay, the first thing is, it's good for dogs, coriander. Very little bit of coriander. A teaspoon of coriander on there. Just enough that you know it's there. It's good for them. Ground ginger is good for dogs too. I'm going to put half a teaspoon of ground ginger on there. You don't want a lot. And the other thing is this turmeric. Turmeric, for some reason, is very good for dogs. It brings a color to the food that I don't find appetizing. But I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of turmeric in there. Now, we got I made some rice. Some cooked rice. We're going to put that down here, and we need some oil first. Hang on. We need some olive oil on there. A little bit of olive oil on the hot side of the griddle. I've got about 4 cups of cooked rice that we're going to drop on there without dropping it on the floor. Okay. And we're going to start stir frying the rice. Got to chop the rice up. When you make fried rice for people, you want like day-old fried rice. I just made this morning, so it's a dog. She doesn't know the difference. And here's a little bit of seasoning that's going to happen to the rice. Not much. This is believe it or not, this looks like a lot of food. It is. This is almost a week's worth of food for this dog. It's about 4 days. 4 days of twice a day feeding for the dog. We're going to fry up the rice in that olive oil. Probably need a little bit more oil, I think. Need a little bit more oil. I've been skimpy with the oil. I don't want to give the dog too much of the oil, but unfortunately you don't cook without oil. It won't fry without it. There you go. Now we're starting to fry. Get our rice cooked up. Fried rice. And like I was saying, we're going to season the rice a little bit, very little bit, very lightly. In fact, this is going to go on everything. This is low sodium soy sauce. And we're only going to put, I don't know how to quantify it, I'm going to say a teaspoon to start with. We might put more later. We'll start with a teaspoon of that on there and a teaspoon of that on the veggies. So that's 2 teaspoons of low sodium soy sauce on the rice just to give it some color. Not that I care if I'm trying to make the dog appetizing, but you know, I do have to cook it. So here we go. With some, I gotta ground up my rice. Okay, the rice is starting to fry up nicely. And what we're going to do next is incorporate everything. Once we get the rice cooked up a little bit, and I hardly ever do this, but I'm going to use the old 2-paddle method here of stir frying. I'm not that coordinated, that's why I don't do it. We're going to grind up our rice a little bit, get that on the griddle, get that cooking. Fried rice for dogs, why not? Rice is good for them. Brown rice would be better, but I didn't have any. So this is just white rice that we're frying up for the dog. We're going to scrape that all together, and guess what? We've seasoned our food, we've cooked our veggies, we've cooked our meat. We're going to chop up that egg in there. Get that egg chopped up in there. Oh yeah, this is coming together. Guess what we got here? We got a week's worth of Holly's food. She eats very little bit of food. You'll see the portion size that she gets when we feed her, when she does the taste test. My wife does not give her a whole lot of food. And at this point, I can turn the left side of the griddle off completely. So now both sides are off. But we'll let the residual heat continue to cook the food, cook the rice. You know, it doesn't look too bad, does it? I mean, you could eat this, but it wouldn't be very tasty because it doesn't have any salt in it. It doesn't have any onions. Dogs cannot have onions. Onions are poison to dogs. Garlic is poison to dogs. Can't have any garlic. Can't have any onions, but it doesn't look too bad. I mean, you could eat that. That looks like pork fried rice, doesn't it? Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too shabby. Let me tell you what. I'd eat it if it wasn't dog food. But I know it's dog food. That's all I need to know. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna get that all stir fried together. The griddle is turned off at this point. And it's just right. It's just the way I want it to be. The carrots are cut up into little pieces. She's not going to be able to eat around the vegetables. If she wants meat, she's going to have to eat the vegetables along with it. And that's it. That's all there is to it. I could put a little bit more soy sauce on there. Not a whole lot. Just a little soy sauce because it's her birthday. It's not really, I'm just saying that. A little bit of soy sauce. There you go. That'll make it tasty. That's the only thing making this dog food taste anything like human food, which is what they really want, in my opinion. That's what dogs really want. Human food. Give us human food is what they say. Okay, yeah, that's it, that's done. I'm gonna get that in a pan. We're gonna get that dog out here and let her have a taste of our next week's dinner. So stay tuned. Okay, my doggy food is done, so I'm drinking a beer because I deserve it. And today's beer is Peroni Nastro Azzurro. I can't wait to get this in my mouth. I am dry and hungry, and I didn't cook any food for human beings, only for dogs. So let's pour out this beer, Rob. We've had this before. Peroni is a good Italian beer. Get this poured out without making a mess. Another nice pour, Rob. I think I'm getting the hang of this. Yes, sir. Peroni Nastro Azzurro. Good beer. Set that aside. Let me get a sip. Let me quaff the froth off of that. Then we're gonna feed this dog. Stay tuned. Okay. Hang on. Doggy's coming up.
Come here, Boo Bear. Ollie, come here, Mama. Now, big girl treat. Where are you going?
Come here and sit down.
Come here. Come here, Mama.
Come and sit in her lap. Boy, this will make a great outtake. I'll tell you, I'm having
Come
a
here,
beer.
Boo Bear.
I need a beer.
Come here. Come on. Come here, Boo Bear.
She thinks something's up.
Come on. Go inside.
Got a hold of her. Oh, sure. Now that I turn the camera off, you're gonna eat. Yeah, right. You missed a carrot there, Poochie.